Long division and binomial expansion are the big issues. So I'm not going to work every problem out, but I'm going to do some of those. So let's look at divide by binomial. I think some people had a problem with that as well. Remember, for this, we are just writing out, if it's a monomial, you are dividing each term by 9x squared and just reducing like on the last test. So you just rewrite every single term and then you reduce the fraction. Think about each one of these as their own fraction. Okay, let's get to long division. Two kind of easy cases. If you had the easy case and the more difficult case, if you had the choice, you might do synthetic division here. Things to remember though for long division. Do I have every power in order? If I do, then I don't have to worry about any zeros. I can just write in my numbers. So I'm looking at this one over here. Do I have every power in order? 3, 2, 1, 0. Yep. So I could just write them as they are. Okay. Now I'm going to see x times what gives me x to the third. So I write x times x squared, just like regular division. Now I multiply back. So I have x to the third minus 8x squared. I'm not changing anything to negatives. I'm writing parentheses. 6 minus negative 8 is 2. Bring down the next. X times 2x is 2x squared. So I multiply back. Negative 14 minus negative 16 is 2. X times 2. 2x minus 16. Negative 9 minus negative 16 is 7. Nothing else to bring down. There's my remainder, 7 over x minus 8. Seven p minus 6 into 7p to the third plus 15p squared. 7p goes into 7p to the third p squared times. Multiply back. 15 minus negative 6 is 21. Bring down the next. 7p in there goes 3p. So I have 21p squared minus 18p. Negative 60 minus negative 18 is negative 42p. Bring down the next term. 7 times negative 6. Now don't worry about the second term, just multiply back. Negative 42p plus 36. Put parentheses. Negative 9 over 7p minus 6. Okay. Synthetic division. I'm going to do this one over on the right because it's got the missing power. So you could do this long division. Again, you're always checking first, am I missing any decreasing order of power? And I am. I don't have an x term here, so I need to put a 0x in there. So if I'm doing synthetic division, 1, negative 9, 0, negative 8. And 9 goes here. 9 is what makes this 0. That's what we're doing our magic little formula here with. Bring down the 1, multiply, add, multiply, add, multiply, add. That's my remainder. So this is x squared plus 0x plus 0 minus 8 over x minus 9. You don't need to include the zeros in your answer. Okay, binomial expansion. Also a big question. Before I get to that, I want to talk about one other problem that's not on here, but along the review, a lot of you are having trouble with this. That problem was in the middle of expanding a polynomial. And you have to remember, this is x squared minus 6x plus 9. You do what's inside there first. You square it first. It's order of operations. Then you distribute before you can do any more simplifying. A lot of people were missing that question because they had x squared minus 9 or negative x squared plus 9, some weird. Don't forget the middle term. Okay. Whole key here. Write out 4a to the third, 7 to the 0. Make it so you can read it. 4a squared, 7 to the first. 4a to the first, 7 to the second. 4a to the 0, 7 to the third. Now you don't really need to write to the 0, but it helps you see 3, 2, 1, 0, 0, 1, 2, 3. You need a Pascal's triangle. Luckily you can make one. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4 terms. There's your coefficients. 1, 3, 3, 1. Now just don't screw up the end here. 64 a to the third. 16 times 3 times 7. A to the second. 3 times 4 times 49. A. 7 to the third. And then you can simplify it out from there. So your coefficients will just be that leading number right there. Okay, I'm just going to set this last one up. I'm not going to give you the answer on it. So I have, some people have shown it this way. If you like it this better, I don't really care. They go x to the fourth. You know it's going to be negative 2 to the 0, and then they go like this. X to the third. X to the second, x to the first, x to the 0. I don't really care if you want to expand it this way and then put your negative 2, negative 2, negative 2, negative 2. Whatever, you got to get those numbers there somehow and separate them with signs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 4, 6, 4, 1. 1, 4, 6, 4, 1. Now it's just a matter of simplifying. Be careful. These will all be negative. Any of the odd powers there of negative 2 are going to be negative because your quantity is negative. One other problem that came up on the review that I helped several people with. With one of the challenge questions, but it's not a super big challenge, but it helps to know the strategy, would be if you were doing division. I think it was like x to the fourth plus 5x minus 3x squared plus x to the sixth minus, I'm just making up numbers. So if you were going to do this problem, you would, using synthetic division, you'd want to rewrite this as x minus 3. So you know you'd have a 3 outside. And then you need to have all your powers counted for, and you need to start the highest power. You can't just go in the order of the problem that's given. So x to the sixth would be a 1. There is no x to the fifth. X to the fourth is 1. There is no x to the third. X to the second is negative 3. X is 5. And then minus 8. And then you could do synthetic division. So just, that's true with long division as well. You're going to be awesome. You're going to do awesome on this test. Keep practicing.